friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to do the full and detailed review of the Infocus Epic One. So Infocus has been in India for quite some time, almost close to 2 years now, and they have been branding themselves as an American brand. You can see the focus on the advertising is American in every way. So they're not they're even telling that don't buy Chinese products. We have an American brand in Infocus. So that has been one of the specialities of Infocus in terms of the advertising. So this is the latest budget offering from Infocus, the Epic One. So this has a really good specification on paper. So let's see if this device is really worth buying. So this is priced 12,999 in India. So we already done the unboxing and hands-on of this device. So in this video we'll talk in-depth review of this device and see if this device is really value for money. So without any further delay, let's get started with a detailed review. So first up, let's see the design and build quality of the Infocus Epic One. So if you look at the Infocus Epic One, you could see that this has a really good design. You can see it is a pretty slim device. It has a curved rear panel and edges are pretty smooth. Overall, it feels pretty slim as well, and the build quality looks really good with the metallic construction. It's a unibody design, and on the rear panel you can see the 16 megapixel camera, dual tone dual LED flash, the fingerprint scanner, Infocus logo, and you can see on the top we have the IR blaster and also the 3.5mm audio jack. At the bottom we have this USB-C type port and the speaker unit. On the right side we have volume keys and the power button, and on the left we have the SIM tray. So that is the design aspect of this device. Overall we would say it's a really good device in terms of the design and build quality. Feels really good in hands. It's pretty lightweight as well for a 5.5-inch device, and feels really good in hands. And we also have on-screen button. So that's one issue here. You can see the bezels are pretty large on the front panel, although here we have a speaker unit and the camera. At the bottom you can see that the space is quite big, even though it does not have capacitive buttons. So that's the only problem with this device, probably in terms of design aspects. So overall it looks really good, build quality is good, and one of the few devices in this segment which offers really good design and build quality, because most of the budget smartphones tend to forget the design and build quality aspect. So that's design and build quality. Now let's move on to the display. So this has a 5.5 inches display. That's a really good full HD panel. It's a 1080p panel, and the viewing angles are really good. The colors are really vivid. The touch response is really smooth, and overall display quality is one of the best in this segment, and we would say it definitely shines in the display department. Now let's talk about the software. So the Infocus Epic One is powered by Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and on top of that we have this InLife 2 UI. So this is a custom UI from Infocus, and you can see that this has this multiple home screens devoid of an app drawer. And if you go to the settings panel, again we have a custom UI, and it does offer some decent options like motion control. Then you can also have an different launcher like the EZ launcher, which provides bigger icons and better accessibility of options for elderly people. So that's one option. Other than that, it looks pretty simple UI, and it's not really as polished as the Xiaomi's MIUI or the Honor's EMUI, and the icons doesn't look really good in terms of the overall finishing of the UI. So that's one issue you would say with the InLife UI, but overall it does perform quite well. It does have decent features, but not as polished as the Xiaomi's MIUI in this segment. So that's the UI. Now you can also see the notification center is quite similar to what we are seeing on Infocus M680. So we have these options, and you can rearrange them. Now let's talk about the performance of this device. So that's one of the highlights of the Infocus Epic One, and this is one of the few devices powered by the MediaTek Helio X20 chipset. That's a Deca-core chipset. So it has this MediaTek 6797M Deca-core chipset with a Mali T880 MP4 GPU coupled with 3GB RAM and 32GB storage. So this is one of the first devices in India sporting this MediaTek Deca-core chipset. So that chipset is really powerful. It's a 10-core chipset, and this has really good performance when compared to the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, which has a Snapdragon 650 hexa-core chipset. And looking at the benchmark scores of this device, you could see that the benchmark score is really good, and it's closer to 70,000. That makes it really powerful device, and the performance on this device is really good. It's pretty smooth, no lagginess, and 3GB RAM helps in really smooth performance. and there is also 32GB storage. So performance is really good on this device, and you wouldn't have anything to complain in terms of the performance with this Deca Core chipset. Now the gaming experience of the device again was really good. We tested with heavy graphic rich games and the performance was quite good, but the major issue is the heating, because it has a slim chassis. That's the reason I could see that the heating was considerably higher at almost 46 or 45 degrees. So that's definitely a concern. If you're a gamer, heavy gaming would definitely lead to heating. So apart from that, the performance looks really good. There is voltage support, 4G LTE, dual SIM cards, and you can also expand the storage via the hybrid SIM card. Now the speaker performance and call quality was quite good on this device, so no major issues in that aspect as well. Now we also have a fingerprint scanner which is located on the rear panel, and the fingerprint scanner works pretty well and it unlocks the device in quick time. So again, not much of issues in using the fingerprint scanner. Now let's talk about the camera. So we have a 16 megapixel shooter with dual tone dual LED flash, and we also have a front facing 8 megapixel camera for selfies. Now looking at the camera interface, you could see that the camera interface is not really that great. This is a pretty dated interface. There is no manual mode, and you could see there is a picture in picture mode and the normal set of options including HDR, panorama, and some options here. So but having said that, the ability to snap photos is really good. You could see that it's really fast interface in terms of capturing pictures, and does the job pretty well with the focusing as well. Now looking at the camera samples taken with this device, we could say that the daylight photos have come quite good. There is good amount of detailing, colors are pretty spot on in daylight, and overall sharpness levels are also quite decent for a phone in this price segment. The close-up shots have also come quite good under daylight conditions. But when it comes to low lighting experience, that's one area where the performance is completely different from what we are seeing in the daylight performance. There is noise, and the phone is not able to control the noise, and you could see that even with adequate lighting, the noise levels are slightly higher, and for low light captures you could clearly see some noise. So it's not the low light experience is not really a strength of this device. So overall we would say the camera performance is a mixed bag. Daylight performance is quite good, but low light was not really up to the mark. Now the front facing camera again does a quite good job with the selfies, and we have taken some selfies, and it's quite good for social shares. So that was the camera aspect of the InFocus Epic One. Now finally the battery performance. So this phone comes with a 3000 mAh battery, and there is a fast charging also included in this device, and with a 3000 mAh battery we could easily get through one day of usage with almost close to 3 to 4 hours of screen on time, and that's a quite decent performance we would say. And if you're using on a moderate usage, then we are sure that you can easily get through a day of usage on the InFocus Epic One, and there is also fast charging included. And we have also said before, there is also USB-C type port included on this device. So now summing up, so this device is priced 12,999. So is it really a good value for money device at this price segment? So that's a bigger question a lot of users might be interested in knowing. So a lot of positive aspects about this device. One is the design. It's a really good looking device. Display is really top notch. It's a colorful and vivid display. The camera performance in daylight is really good, and the performance of the device is again really good for a phone in this price segment with this Deca Core chipset. But there are some negatives as well on this device. One is the software and UI is not really as polished as some of the other competitive devices, and battery capacity when compared to Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 is slightly on the lower side, so you might not get that high performance in terms of battery usage, and also the low light experience on this camera was not up to the mark. And finally there is also this heating issue when playing games. When we tested, as I said before, it does heat up a lot. So these are the pros and cons of this device. For a pricing of around 12,999, we would say it's a quite good device to choose, especially with Redmi Note 3 priced at 11,999. So there is 1K additionally. So there are some good aspects when compared to the Redmi Note 3. It's a powerful chipset, design is good. Although the camera performance is mixed on both these devices, Redmi Note 3 definitely has a better battery life, even though this device also performs decently well in terms of the battery experience. So it's not a bad buy at 12,999. It's quite decent buy, we would say. But then InFocus is not really a popular brand like the Xiaomi. So that's the detailed review of the InFocus Epic One. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.